English 1301. Research writers, this is day number 2. So glad to see you back. Today I want to talk to you about your research question, developing a research question, and how this naturally leads into a tentative thesis for your research project. Yesterday I was telling you how you need to lock in to a 2-year period of time into a geographical location with the narrowed subject from the broad subject of modern day slavery to one of the aspects of it. And these are vast. You have a lot of creativity available to you in that you get to narrow the subject down to just one aspect, and then further you get to lock it into a time, into a geographical location. Once you do that, you need to ask yourself the same questions about your narrowed subject that reporters do when they look at a news event. Where is it happening? That's your location. When did it happen? That's your time frame of 24 months. What happened? And how did it happen? And more importantly, why did it happen? And when you look at those questions in relation to your place and your time where modern day slavery occurred, you'll be able to come up with a question. Yesterday we used as an example children taken or sold into slavery to be used as child soldiers. And using that example again, we could ask ourselves in a 2-year period of time, 2005 to 7, at the end of that period, did we have more children who were enslaved and in combat zones at the end of that time than we had at the beginning? That would be a usable research question. And once we asked that question, we got that down on paper, and we did some research. The result of our research would slant our research one way, or it would slant it the other way. Either at the end of the time period, you had more children in the field of battle, or you had less. So it might take time and effort. It definitely would take time and effort to do the research. But eventually you would come naturally to an answer to that research question. And that would be developed into your thesis. Because your thesis, even when it's tentative, has 2 parts. The first part is the narrowed subject of research, and you're in the process of narrowing your subject from the vast number of the 27 million people who are held as slaves, who are enslaved today, the largest number in recorded human history, 27 million people held today enslaved. And that's your broadest subject that you were assigned. And you're narrowing that down into one of the aspects such as child soldiers, child workers, people taken or enslaved for the purposes of prostitution or domestic slavery, or to be used in manufacturing enterprises of one kind or another. So there are many aspects of modern day slavery, many different categories, and you're selecting one of those to narrow your research further. Then you're developing a research question, and from that will naturally develop your research tentative thesis statement that you'll use on your outline and in your brainstorming. So I just encourage you to make your goal of success at this English Hybrid 1301 research project, and then make a plan. I like to think of your research calendar, 30-day research calendar that we're doing during the month of March as your plan, your marching plan. And then I'm here every step of the way with you in these YouTube daily research tutorials to encourage you. And then I want to remind you that you are welcome to text me at any time with a question, with a comment, or with further details about your research project, and I will respond to you individually concerning your individual efforts in research. So I'm hoping to have you here tomorrow when we will take one step forward towards success in your English 1301 research project.